All right, Shalom. Before I get in my lesson, I want to give all praise and glory to the Heavenly Father, who the world inly calls God, and to His only begotten Son, who the world inly calls Jesus Christ. Call Allah, Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rakashadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone that sought us through truth, through the spirit and power of Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai. Peace, love, and blessings to the hopeful elect, the remnant, the 144,000 and the 1/3 that's going to be saved when all hell breaks loose. Jacob's trouble is fastly approaching. All right. And to you, I say, Shalom, man. Peace, love, and blessings to the hopeful elect, the house of David, the remnant. All right. And my lesson, I want to get into my lesson going into Jacob and Esau. And I ain't, the backstory of it when they was born. You can read Genesis, the 25th chapter, and also Genesis, the 27th chapter. So with that being said, I'm here to clarify that, for one, between those two people, God hates one, then and loves the other, as the scriptures say. And we all know who Jacob is, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native American, Seminole Indian descent, which his name got turned into Israel because he wrestled an angel to receive a blessing. All right? And Esau Edom is the so-called white/red race that walk upon this earth today, whether you people believe it or not. And God, the Heavenly Father don't fuck with Edom like that. Don't fuck with Edom at all, man. He don't like Esau Edom, man. He used Esau Edom to fulfill his purpose and his will of punishing us, okay? But our iniquity is at an end, man. Our captivity is at an end. Lamentations, the 4th chapter, 21 and 22, man. Verses 21 and 22. Because we are indeed at the end, man. And 2nd Ezra, chapter 6, verse 9, for Esau is the end of the world and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. It's not a coincidence that Jacob, starting off with the elect, was going to receive this truth, man, in order to be preaching the downfall of Esau rulership. And you can look around and know whose rulership we are in as of today, in today's era, in today's society. I don't even have to tell y'all that. Y'all should just, put the missing puzzle pieces together, man. All right. Enough of that. I'm just going to start reading. This is the book of Romans, chapter 9. Trying to see. Okay, Romans chapter 9, verse 10. And not only this, but when Rebekah also had conceived by one, even by our father Isaac, because Isaac was the father of Jacob and Esau. But matter of fact, let me just get the story. Let me read this first. I'm gonna read this first. Verse 11, for the children being not yet born, neither have done any good or evil, that the purpose of the Most High, Yahweh, according to election, might stand, not of works, but of him that calleth. It was said unto her, the elder shall serve the younger. And our elder brother is Esau Edom, and he's going to serve us, man, according to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Mainly, he was supposed to serve us, but he's going to serve us in the kingdom of heaven, man, over that 1,000-year period. And then ultimately being wiped off the map. Verse 13, as it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. What shall we say then? Is there unrighteousness with God, the Most High Yahweh? God forbid. Yahweh forbid, man. That means no, man. And he's going to say, for he said to Moses, I will have mercy on whom I will have mercy, and I will have compassion on whom I will have compassion. All right? So then it is not of him that willeth, nor of him that runneth, but the Most High that showeth mercy. The Most High Yahweh showeth mercy, man. Because ultimately, they didn't do no good or evil in the womb of Rebekah. And I'm going to get that story in Genesis the 25th chapter when those two nations was born. Because ultimately, those are the two main characters in this movie. In what you call today's society, man. White man versus black man. White man versus the Latino man. White man versus the Native American man. All right? And throughout history, you can, hey, just look up history, man. They teach you it in school, so don't try to get simple. Don't try to be simple. Don't be all butt hurt. All right? Mainly talking about Esau, Edom. All right? Because you Jakes like to defend them too, man. But it done got so bad, you know, to this truth coming out, exposing them. They got a critical race theory thing going on now, saying that you can't teach about certain things about slavery and this and that, the third, because it might hurt the fellow white supremacists, the fellow, you know, white kids, so-called white kids that's in the school system, man. It might hurt their little feelings. But hey, truth is truth, man. You devils had us in captivity. You furthered the affliction. And now I'm here to expose that you will receive judgment for your wrongdoing, and God do not love you. And ultimately, the Lord using his men, the prophets, to expose Esau, Edom, to let the people know who he really is, to let the people understand who is the devil that the Bible speaks of, man, who's in rulership, fucking up the earth, fucking up the morals of the people. All right? And the morals, the morals of an average so-called white person are low. Trust me. They still exist, and I coexist with them, as you know, whether I be at the job, my day-to-day walk. Esau love to talk to you and try to touch you and stuff like that. Try to give you a hand on the shoulder, oh, do all that dumb shit. But hey, the truth is coming out, man. You're getting exposed. And God do not like Esau, Edom. He hates him and his whole mountain. Hope that sun don't beam my tablet. This is Genesis chapter 25. I'm gonna start at 21. And Isaac entreated the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, for his wife because she was barren. She wasn't able to have children. She was having difficult time conceiving children and getting pregnant, so to speak, you know, roughly paraphrasing. And Rebekah, his wife, conceived. Oh, Salakia. And Isaac entreated the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, for his wife, because she was barren, and the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, was entreated of him, and Rebekah, his wife, conceived. And the children struggled together within her. Yeah, they were struggling because they was fighting, man. Even since thy womb, man. We always had a differences between those people, man. Esau, Edom. All right? We always had a difference between that nation. Even though that was our twin brother, but he is the wicked twin brother. All right? And Rebekah, his wife, conceived, and the children together struggled together within her. And she said, if it be so, why am I thus? And she went to inquire of the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. And the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb. Two nations, man. 2 separate people. All right? The nation of Edom and the nation of Israel was in thy womb of that woman Rebekah, man. And the Lord designed that so it can be played out on the earth today.
And two manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels, and the one people shall be stronger than the other, and the elder shall serve the younger. And just like I say in the book of Romans, the elder shall serve the younger. Esau came out first, man. He even says that in the book of 2nd Esdras, the 6th chapter, all right, that Jacob held on the heel of Esau, and that was symbolic of Jacob taking down Esau, man. That Jacob was going to overcome Esau, his wicked twin brother, all right? And if you can receive it or not through reincarnation, Esau is that man Cain that slew his brother Abel, which was coming back unto Jacob. Because Jacob was Abel, man. And just like the same characteristic traits that Cain had, Esau had, man. And he wanted to slay Jacob, especially after his father was going to be asleep, you know, being brought back forth into the spiritual realm. All right? That's all history. That's all the receipts of it. And I'm going to continue reading. The ones that understand it, man. And two manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels, and one people shall be stronger than the other. That's why we physically, mentally, and spiritually, we're stronger than these so-called white people, man. Even at our lowest estate, they still look at us, even though they look at us as a bunch of lowlives, they still look at us as the chosen people of God, which we are, all right? Even though we are at a low state, they still uplift us, man. And the elder shall serve the younger. And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb. And the first came out red all over like an hairy garment. And they call his name Esau, or Yashashua. Wasted away is he, because Esau lacks pigmentation. Why you think these so-called white people came last in the sun without putting on sunscreen, really, man? Cause like right now I'm cooking right now. It's not hot, but I'm cooking right now. But the only way I can obtain the vitamin C or the vitamin D coming from the sun, because me being an Israelite, because I have something called melanin in my skin. And a lot of people, they know about that, man. They know dark-skinned people have melanin in their skin that the sun can benefit them. But Esau, wasted away is he. That's his true name. He's red, man. These white people not white. Ain't nothing pure about them. Ain't nothing good about them. All right? They're really red because they lack pigmentation. They show forth, their blood show forth through their skins, man. For the ones that can receive that. You can look at an average so-called white man, white woman. They red as hell. I done seen plenty in my days, trust me and believe that. And after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold of Esau's heel, and his name was Jacob. And Isaac was 80 years old when she bare them, and the boys grew. And you see how it didn't describe Jacob, because ultimately Jacob was normal. They described Esau because Esau was abnormal. They wasn't used to that, because all nations was once of a dark-skinned nation, man. All manner of people are a dark-skinned nation. All right? The so-called Africans, the so-called real Chinese, real Japanese, there's Samoans, them East Indians, they about dark as us. Them Arabs, all right? We was once all of a dark-skinned nation, man, when the world was first created and came forth, man. But they described Esau red because he was abnormal. And Jacob, they didn't describe because he was normal. And the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter and a man of the field. And that's how Esau is today, man. He's mainly Esau, they love to hunt. They real smart hunters too, man. There, you just look up certain like hunting channels. All you gotta do is study the sport of them. Study how they maneuver in the wild, in the wilderness. Another good show was it was a show about them surviving in the woods and in the mountains and so on and so forth for a period of time with lack of resources. All right, man versus wild. There we go. Call out y'all about y'all shot. Man versus wild, man. And there indeed is that wild man from those mountains, man. From the fields, as the scriptures say. And Jacob was a plain man dwelling in tents. And you can ask Jake today what Jake like to do mainly. I can tell you. I know me personally, all I like to do rather than me fucking slaving, you know, and happily doing the work of the Lord, I'm in the house cooling. You know, playing the game, you know, reading, studying, praying, drinking, little yan, little sip here and there. You know, but mainly we just be chilling in the house. Hell, making babies. Hey, most of the time Jake be in the house making all them babies, man. All right. But with that being said, that put the difference between Esau and Jacob. So there indeed was a difference between those two manner of people. The Lord said it himself. That two manner of people was going to be created in thy womb. Put that down right there. But I'm gonna try to roll through the spirit. But I got a lesson, but that going into Esau's wicked plans and devices, man. But I just want to go into mainly Esau. All right, how you doing? Going into Esau and their characteristic traits, man, which is the so-called white man that God hates. God, don't love everybody, man. And God specifically hates that nation, the nation of Edom. He specifically hates that nation, man. And you can read further down into that same chapter in 25. He sold his birthright. And he sold his birthright for basically a morsel of meat, half-cooked red meat, or half-cooking meat. And that's how you know that's how you can figure out a true Edomite. Even though, don't get it wrong, Jakes like to, certain Jakes like to do that dumb shit, eat their meat like kind of medium rare or whatever the case may be. But hey, Esau, they like it bloody, man. They like it bloody rare most of the time, man. All right? And that's what they sold their birthright for, man. For that small half-cooked of meat. Raw, damn near raw meat. All right? And he sold his birthright, man. Like I said, you can read it all in Genesis, the 25th chapter. I'm gonna jump to Genesis 27, and I'm gonna go to 30. And it came to pass, as soon as Isaac had made an ending of blessing Jacob, and Jacob was yet scarce gone out from the presence of Isaac, his father, that Esau his brother came in from his hunting, and he had made savory meat, and brought it unto his father, and said unto his father, let my father arise and eat of his son's venison, that thy soul may bless me. And Isaac his father said unto him, who art thou? And he said, I am thy son, thy firstborn Esau. All right, and Isaac, he lost his sight, man. He was blind around that time. All right, and matter of fact, yeah, because according, further on in the scriptures, Jacob had because Jacob means supplanter. That's why, hey, most of our people are a bunch of supplanting, finessing people, man. Our people really is good at that, man. Even though they do it in wickedness, but that's their forefathers. Jacob, supplanter. Because Jacob supplanted his father to receive him that blessing, man. But it was all through the spirit and power and spiritual design of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, man. That was supposed to happen, that Jacob was going to receive the blessing, because Esau already sold his birthright. And you can read the whole story. Esau already sold his birthright for a morsel of meat, and he wanted it fast too. So you already know it wasn't cooked all the way thoroughly. So he already sold his birthright, and then Esau, being Cain, the Most High had it in the spirit of Jacob to supplant, you know, by the help of his mother, of course, you know, as well. Just to put that out there for edification's sake. Like I said, you can read it yourself. Jacob supplanted Isaac for that birthright Esau was supposed to get. All right. But now, because Jacob already received that blessing, and then Esau came in right after he received that blessing. Now he's trying to seek another blessing. That's why he said, that's why Isaac said that, who are you? All right. He said, who art thou? And he answered, said, I am thy son, thy firstborn Esau. And Isaac trembled very exceedingly and said, who? Where is he that hath taken vengeance and brought it meat? And I have eaten of it all before thou camest, and have blessed him. Yea, he shall be blessed. All right, because Jacob finessed him. He finessed his own pops. So his pops was already losing his vision. All right. And then, if I'm not mistaken, he put on some type of animal hairy garment attire to really fool, you know, his father, because Esau was hairy as well, that hairy man. All right. And when Esau heard the words of his father, he cried with a great and exceeding bitter cry, and said unto his father, bless me, even me also, O my father. And he said, thy brother came with subtileness, and have taken away thy blessing. And he said, it is not he rightly named Jacob? For he hath supplanted me these 2 times. He took away my birthright, and behold, no, but that's the nature of Esau Edom, man. A fucking sore loser. You sold your birthright, Esau Edom. You sold your birthright, man. And Jacob been trying to read like, hey man, this thing ain't even cooked yet like that. He's like, man, give it to me now, give it to me now. He's like, all right, I got something for your ass. Give me your birthright. You had all this. Bam. The deal is done. The damages are done, man. So Esau is a 2-time sore loser, man. And behold, now he hath taken away my blessing. And he said, hast thou not reserved a blessing for me? And Isaac answered and said unto Esau, behold, I have made him thy Lord, and all his brethren have I give to him for servants, and with corn and wine have I subtained him. And what shall I do unto thee, my son? And Esau said unto his father, hast thou but one blessing? My father blessed me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. He cried like a bitch. That's basically what he did. He cried. Because he shit himself out twice. All right? And it was ultimately designed by the Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, man. That's why we have this truth. That's why we have this knowledge of the scriptures. That's why Jacob, you so-called Negroes, Latino, Native American, Seminole Indian descent, that's why you have a spiritual connection to a higher power. All right? Because you are indeed the sons of the living God. Romans 8:16. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, behold, thy dwellings shall be the fatness of the earth, and of the dew of heaven from above. All right, that's why that's why they have the substance of everything, man. They have the fatness of the earth. That's why they own everything. And you look at all these buildings and these skyscrapers around, Esau Edom own these, man. Not Jake. Especially the elites. All right. The ones that people don't know about, don't even talk about. The ones that's in Europe, okay, that own banks, own lands, so on and so forth, man. That's who Isaac blessed. That was the blessing of the so-called white man. And you can clearly see that. All you, like I said, man, and I put that in the video. Type up the richest families of the world, the wealthiest families. Just type it in, and you're gonna see nothing but the chief house of Edom. That's it. Praying that this video don't get flagged, man. And verse 40, Genesis chapter 27, verse 40. And by the sword shall thou live, and shall serve thy brother. It shall come to pass when thou shalt have the dominion, thou shalt break his yoke from off his neck. And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherein his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are at hand, then will I slay my brother Jacob. And those words of Esau, her elder son, were told to Rebekah, and she sent and called Jacob her younger son, and said unto him, behold, thy brother Esau, as touching thee, doth confront himself, purposing to kill thee. All right, and that was the account that happened, man. So Jacob had to flee. All right, and that's how Jacob, through his conquest, have gotten his wives and his 12 sons. All right, which indeed the nation of Israel received that blessing from the angel as well. So Jacob always received that blessing, man, and that was through the spirit and power of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. But going back to the subject of the matter, hey, Esau is hated, man. The Lord hates Esau. Hold on. No, it ain't Obadiah. I think Amos 9. Look it up. But yeah, like I say, man, the Lord hates Esau, man. The Lord do not love the so-called white race, man. Now, I'm gonna get it. I can't think of it right now. Oh Lord. Damn. No, it's not. I just had it. Salakia, man. Let me read that in Romans. It's the book of Romans, chapter 9. Water. I'm going to read it again, though. This is Romans chapter 9 and verse 13. As it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. And even though those are past tense, the Lord requires which is past, man. All right? Because the Lord changed not. The Lord always had compassion and love for his people, the nation of Israel, man. All right? And I want to get Malachi. This is the book of Malachi.
Hold on, I'm gonna let this noise pass by.
All right, this is the book of Malachi, chapter 1, verse 1. The burden of the word of the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, to Israel by Malachi. I have loved you, saith the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us? Was not Esau Jacob's brother, saith the Lord? Yet I have loved Jacob, and I hated Esau, and laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness. All right, I'm gonna read verse 4, and this is gonna let you know who is the character of Esau Edom. Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and rebuild the desolate places. Thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushua of hosts. They shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people whom the Lord have indignation for forever. That's you so-called white people, man. The Lord hates you, man. The Lord has a hatred or indignation forever towards you people, man. You know, whether you believe it or not. All right. See, I had a little group that came by and shit. Hey, that message for them, man. God does not love everybody. I know they heard it, but it's all good. All right. Esau is not loved, man. Hell, and like my last video, if Yahweh Shem Yahushua is gonna kill 2/3 of his people, his own people, how much more the heathen? How much more Esau Edom, which broken that brotherly covenant, which is the border of wickedness. So the Lord is gonna put out the rod of the wicked, man, in due time. This man is not gonna be in rulership forever. All right? And they're gonna pay back for what they have done to the children of Israel. This is Isaiah chapter 14. We go straight to the point. The book of Isaiah chapter 14, verse 21. Prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquities of their fathers, that they do not rise nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities. For I will raise up against them, saith the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushua of hosts, and cut off from Babylon the name and remembrance, the name and the remnant, and son and nephew, saith the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushua. I will also make it a possession for the Britain, the pools of water, and I will sweep it with the besom of destruction, saith the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Ultimately, that's the besom of destruction is those nuclear missiles, because he's going to sweep this whole land and other various parts of the world. All right, but verse 21 and 22 is going into the judgment of Esau Edom, man. And you can also read Lamentation 4 and verse 21 and 22, that the Lord is going to make sure that these devils, these Edomites, repay for their iniquities, man. And for the ones that say, oh, that's not me, I didn't do that, that was my forefathers, my parents, so on and so forth, my forefathers, all right, that was you, all right, because we went under captivity, we went under slavery through our forefathers, which are us. How much more y'all, man? Because y'all didn't stop when we was in captivity. Ain't not near one white person said, oh, let me, this is wrong. We shouldn't be doing this. There was no uprisings of white people trying to fight for these so-called Negroes, Latino, Native Americans, man. They was all for it. Slavery did happen. Whether they want to get rid of it from the books, whether people don't want to hear it, slavery did happen, and these devils are gonna pay for that shit. They're gonna pay for that shit, man. Rightfully so. And I'm glad that I praise a power that is a balance, man. I'm glad that I praise a power that is a man of war, man. A man of judgment, a power of judgment. All right? Because Esau, man, hey, man. Esau, hey, man, got our people messed up through philosophies. All right? Just the way of the world, man, is sickening. And people real life don't understand or don't know that this white man is the fucking devil. And this white man trying to kill us, man. And is killing us day by day. This white man don't love us. Never has, never will. As it say in the scriptures, they had a perpetual hatred, an old hatred, a forever hatred towards the nation of Israel. And you can see that to this very day. Police brutality, especially back in 2019 on up, police brutality out the roof. Jake's getting gunned down day by day by these devils. Laws, day by day, making it harder for you to live, man. Making it harder for you to survive. So on and so forth. Yeah. But yeah, man, that's the devil, man. That's the devil that the Bible speaks of. Okay? Esau Edom is not going to escape the judgment that Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua has in store for them. All right? Let me just read other precepts about Esau Edom, man. Just go along in the spirit. So that day is coming when Esau is going to be judged. Matter of fact, Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 4. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith. Yea, also because he transgressing by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home. He transgressed by wine, by philosophies, man. That is the wine that the Bible is talking about. Because you can't transgress by just simply drinking wine, because you can drink wine, man. You can consume wine. So it's not talking about that wine. It's talking about the doctrine and the ways of Esau Edom, the ways of America. And America pushed that shit among the masses of the people, among the masses of the world, man. America pushed that bullshit on them. Their democracy, their religion, so on and so forth. He is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as deaf, and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. All right? That is, hey, that's one of his blessings. I just read it. Genesis, the 27th chapter, man. That was one of his blessings. Having the fatness of the earth, Salakia. Having the fatness of the earth, man. Having rulership over the whole world. All right? That who rules the world, man. And for anyone that think otherwise, hey, you lost. The Lord's not dealing with you, and you are simply lost. And you clearly don't give a fuck what's going on in today's world, in today's society. You're not comprehending that this devil is really out here to get you and kill you and to fucking destroy you, man. You people not gonna believe that till that fucking horns be shot out his head during the times of Jacob's trouble, man. Because all hell will break loose in the streets of America, whether you believe it or not. And it's gonna happen by the sword, which the Lord uses this so-called white man for, man. Why you think their blessing is the sword? All right? Why do you think that? Ain't because, no coincidence. The Lord gonna use these devils to slaughter Jake. And that's rightfully so, as I was saying in my other lesson. Jake is lost, man. 2/3 are gonna get cut off and die. A lot of calamities is gonna fall upon this place, man. All right? And then this devil never satisfied. That's why he always take. You can't, hey man, this devil never satisfied, man. This devil oppressed us. Oh man, this devil fucking oppressed us, man. This shit crazy. But in due time, man, the Lord's gonna visit him, man. This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, or the book of Sirach, chapter 10, verse 8. Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches gotten by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. How did the so-called white man got their riches? How did they got their lands? By rape, robbery, and murder. The 3 MOs, man. All right? It is well evident that this white man took out 90% of the so-called indigenous people of this land, known as America. You can't tell me that shit did not happen. You can't tell me, you can't sit here and lie to me and say that slavery didn't happen to the so-called Negroes, Latino, Native American, Seminole, Indian descent, which are the chosen people of God, man. You Israelites, whether you listen or you don't. I'm just here to deliver the message, okay? You are the chosen people of God. Repent before it's too late, all right? Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches gotten by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one person to another, one people into another. That's why Esau Edom is going to be thrown down. Rightfully so, man. Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, man, they're going to be thrown down. And I'm seeing a lot of northern kingdom riding by, man. They here, man. You know what I'm saying? They here, man. But yeah, man, that's Esau Edom, man. That greedy, I'm about to cuss. Woo, that greedy bastard. That's Esau, man. That's the so-called white man. Greedy, bloodthirsty people, man. That's a nation of bloodthirsty men and women. All right. Nahum chapter 3, verse 1. Woe unto the bloody city. It is full of lies and robbery. The prey departeth it not. And we're the prey. And we're still in the hands of Esau Edom, man. We're still in the possessions of them. All right? Matter of fact, I'm glad I say that. Zechariah 11:5. Zechariah 11:5. Whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty. And that's the mind state of Esau Edom, the so-called white man, the so-called white race. And hold themselves not guilty, and they say, blessed be the Lord, for I am rich, and their own shepherds pity them not. And they say that, man. Hey, they probably saying hey, your own God put you in that predicament. So why should we get punished? Hey, man, you furthered the affliction. You made that shit worse for us, man. All right? Like I say, man, like I say, some of the atrocities that happened to us, it's mind-boggling, man. Then you find out more and more evidence during the time of slavery. They was eating us, let alone raping the men and fucking women. All right? They was eating us, putting our skin upon them, making them shits into coats, so on and so forth. You telling me this white man ain't gonna pay? You telling me retribution ain't gonna happen for the atrocities that happened to the chosen people of God? You out your damn minds. And like I said, I can't wait, man. Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, I can't fucking wait, man. This devil's gonna perish like his own dung, man. Rightfully so. As the scriptures say. All right. Verse 2, the noise of a whip and the noise of a rattling of the wheels and of prancing horses, and of jumping chariots. All right, that's going into in today's time the vehicles and the cars, man. All right, in today's time, man. You know, so y'all can get a better understanding. The horsemen, verse 3. The horsemen, this is Nahum chapter 3, verse 3. The horsemen lift up both the bright sword and the glittering spear, that there is a multitude of slain and a great number of carcasses, and there is none end of their corpse. They stumble upon their corpse. All right, that's going into nuclear destruction. Because of the multitude of the whoredoms of the well-favored harlot, the mistress of witchcraft, that selleth nations through her whoredom and families through her witchcraft. And that is America, man. All right? Who sold us to other nations and sold, let me read it again. Because of the multitude of the whoredom and the well-favored harlot, and this is the well-favored harlot, man. Revelation 17 and Revelation 18, man. This is that whore that sitteth upon many waters, that ruleth upon many waters, man. Because America, that's run by the elites of Esau Edom, is the corporation, the ground zero of their system, of their empire. All right, even though their empire originally started in Europe, man. All right, going back to times they had got out during the Renaissance times, man. Verse 5, behold, I am against thee, saith the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, and I will discover thy skirts upon thy face, and I will show the nations thy nakedness, and thy kingdom thy shame. And that's happening now, man. That's why all these nations are now saying they are strong. That's why all these other nations are saying, man, fuck America. That's what they're saying. And they're chanting death to America. All right? That's what they're saying, man. Okay? That is what these other nations are saying. Let the weak say I am strong. That's why all these other nations are gearing up for World War III. That shit's going to happen soon. All right? Why you think they putting all their money into military equipment? It ain't by no damn coincidence, neither. They putting all their money into that, and you can read that in Joel the 3rd chapter, man. And in Joel the 2nd chapter, it tells you about the nuclear missiles. And Joel the 3rd chapter lets you know how these nations, these heathen nations, are preparing for war now. Let the weak say I am strong, because according to Isaiah the 14th chapter, they weaken the nations. They weaken the nations by their whoredom, by their philosophies, by their democracies, man. If you wasn't to follow the ways of their ways, they'll implement war upon you and try to destroy you until you give in. That's the MO of the so-called white man. All right? Destroy, destroy, destroy. Even when you give up, still destroy his ass. That's the MO. That's how they think. All right? And nobody can tell me otherwise, because, hey, you can just look around. Do your research. Study. Read a book. Pick up a book. Shit. You get the library right up the street. You know? You can read the history. You can Google the history about the Romans, the Greeks, the Hellenistic times, man. All right? You can read all about that. The receipts are evident. The receipts are in. I got the receipt right here, man. I got the receipt right. Chill. Receipts, man. That's why it's a blessing to have this truth, this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. I know people look at me fool as hell. I don't give a fuck. Shit, like I say, that shit don't faze me. When y'all motherfuckers be damn dying out here, I'm gonna get the last laugh, man. Rightfully so. I'll be right beside y'all about Shem Yahushai, man. All right? But what I'm doing is an honorable thing in the sight of the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son. And I feel great. All right? Especially talking about Esau Edom. They gonna pay, man. They gonna pay. go to Lamentations. Lamentations chapter 4, verse 21. Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwelleth in the land of Uz. The cup also shall pass through unto thee. Thou shalt be drunken and make thyself naked. And that's being done now. The exposure of Esau, Edom. All right? And eventually you're going to drink of that wrath and the dregs thereof of slavery, captivity. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here's the patience and the faith of the saints, man. All right? The patience and the faith of the saints. So we got to wait patiently and have faith that Yahweh Shem Yahushua is going to redeem us. He's going to get us from thy accuser of thine brother, man. All right? That he's going to repay us for what they have done unto us. Verse 22, the punishment of thy iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. He will no more carry thee away into captivity. He will visit thy iniquity, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sins. All right? And that's ultimately happening right now. And you're going to go into captivity. You know? I want to get that in Revelation since I said that. Accusing of our brethren. Hopefully I found it as soon as possible. Let me look it up. Damn, Salakia, man. Shit. Damn wind, boy. Ooh-wee. Knock the tablet down. Thing ain't failed. Shit, my shit already cracked up. Let me look at that word accuser. Revelation 12. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 12. And I'll start at 9. And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceived the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. All right? And that's going into, if I'm not mistaken, because I read above, matter of fact, I'm going to read verse 7. And there was a war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought and his angels. All right? And that dragon represents Esau, Edom. All right? And his military, man. His angels, which is the military vehicles, whether it be the tanks, the jets, helicopters, the MRAP, so on and so forth, man. So it was a great war in the heavens, whether it be in the skies or on the land. Because even on the land, through contrary belief, Yahweh Shem Yahushua is going to reserve power unto the hopeful elect. And also send angels to exact judgment down here, all right? But continuing on. And prevailed not, neither was their place found any more in heaven. And the great dragon was cast out, the old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceived the whole world. And they did deceive the whole world. Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, deceived the whole world and following their own philosophies and their own doctrine, man. All right? That's how they got in this the earth, pursuant to their blessings in Genesis the 27th chapter, man. All right, that was the blessing that Isaac, which through reincarnation, Yahweh Shai, gave him that blessing. And through his own blessing, he shall destroy himself, man. Rightfully so. That old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceived the whole world, he was cast out in the earth, and his angels was cast out with him. They was destroyed, all right? And I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now is come salvation and strength and the kingdom of our power, or the kingdom of the Most High Yahweh, and the power of his anointed Hamashiach. For the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before our God day and night. And they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony, and they that love not their lives unto death. All right? And that's what Esau Edom did, man. They accused, basically, you know, roughly paraphrasing, saying, hey, Heavenly Father, you did this, man. This is your fault, man. You know, I'm just doing the part that you told me to do. But hey, man, the Lord is a just balance. All right? And at the end of the day, Romans 9, as it say in the scriptures, the Lord have mercy whom he have mercy upon, whoever he have mercy upon, and have compassion whom he have compassion upon, man. All right? So even though the Lord used Esau Edom to destroy us as a nation, the Lord still is going to pay back them for them just being the border of wickedness. All right? Being the wicked that the Bible speaks of, man. The Lord is going to destroy that wicked nation. All right? Verse 10 again. And I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now is come salvation and strength and the kingdom of our power, the kingdom of our power, and the power of his anointed Hamashiach, for the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before our power, day and night. All right? Accuse us day and night before our power, man. All right? Letting it be known, saying, hey, Lord, this is your fault. You know, you did this to your people, so on and so forth. I had nothing to do with it. Manifest destiny, so on and so forth, as the white man would say. But ultimately, you're going to be judged, man. All right? And I'll read that precept, Revelation 13 and 10. And this for all nations that had the hand in the captivity of the nation of Israel. Verse 9, if any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here's the patience and the faith of the saints. Here's the patience and the faith of the saints, man. All right? That we should be redeemed in the times to come, man. That we should be redeemed from this wicked devil, man. Because he has an agenda towards us, man. All right? Because whether you people believe it or not, hey, that virus still is out. All right? This devil still have wicked agendas and plans to try to destroy his people, so on and so forth. But it would not happen, man. All right? Because Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai is in control of everything. And I'm going to get that in Job. Job chapter 14. I go to 14 right here. Job 14 and 5. I read for it. Who can bring a clean thing out of an unclean? Not one. Seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee. Thou hast appointed his bound that he cannot pass. And you can't make a clean thing unclean, and you can't make an unclean thing clean, man. Roughly paraphrasing, man. Who can bring a clean thing out of an unclean? Not one. All right? The only way we're going to be taken to be clean or to be cleansed is through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, us preaching his word and having faith in the words of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, man, through truth and sincerity, worshiping Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. All right? But his days are determined. Esau's days are determined. It's with the Most High that he got bounds that he cannot pass, man. All right? And certain things Esau is going to want to fulfill, but he will not. This is the book of Job, chapter 20, verse 5. That the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite, but for a moment. All right. Though his excellency mount up to the heavens, and his head reach unto the clouds, and that's their pride, man. And ultimately, they did do that by them putting them satellites up there, all right, in the heavens, and having planes and so on and so forth flying in the heavens, in this heavens, all right? For y'all, the lack of understanding. Because Esau Edom has the technology and the power and the dominion to conquer the heavens, all right? To tamper with the heavens. They got the heart machine, which manipulate weathers. They got the satellites up there to also help manipulate the weathers and see the, everything that goes on outside of the atmosphere. And they got the planes that flying in this heavens right here, man. Trying to be like the Most High, roughly paraphrasing. Yet he shall perish forever like his own dung. They which have seen him shall say, where is he? That's where that's going back to Isaiah the 14th chapter, man. 21 on down to 22. That the Lord is going to destroy the nation of Edom. All right? And then, as a matter of fact, let me get a precept in Hebrews. Because there's no repentance unto the house of Esau, man. It's the book of Hebrews chapter 12 and straight to the point, verse 16. Lest there be any fornicator of Esau, Salakia, lest there be any fornicator or a profane person as Esau, who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright, for ye know how that afterward, when he would have inherited the blessing, he was rejected because he was the firstborn. He was supposed to receive that blessing. But he was rejected, man. He sold his birthright, and ultimately the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah, put the spirit on Isaac to give that birthright unto Jacob. He was rejected, for he found no place of repentance, though he sought it carefully with tears. And that's why he did the same thing in the book of Genesis, man. Because he knew he was fucked. He knew that the Lord, that he was doomed, all right? He knew that. That's why he wanted to slay his brother, having that old hatred of Cain in him. He knew he wanted to slay his brother, man. Because he knew that, the Lord wasn't going to bless him, all right? The Lord wasn't going to bless him with the kingdom of heaven. This is Esau's kingdom of heaven, man, which is shitty as hell because everything's polluted. The food's not real. Got chemtrails in the sky. It's hard to breathe out here. It's nothing but all manners of wickedness, man, and they promote death. So this is Esau rulership. This is their heaven. And according to that spirit of Cain, that everywhere that they go and they dwell would just be ruins, roughly paraphrasing. Yeah, he should perish like his own dung. And I'm going to get one more precept. I'm going to close it out. In Obadiah. The book of Obadiah. You can read the whole chapter. It's only one chapter long, but I'm going to go straight to the point. In verse 18. Matter of fact, hold on. I'm going to read a little bit. Verse 1. The vision of Obadiah, thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, God power, concerning Edom, the so-called white race. We have heard a rumor from the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, and our ambassador is sent among the heathen. Arise and let us rise up against her in battle. World War III, man. All right? So that's going to be the end of Esau's rulership. By the Lord putting the spirit on these nations to shoot nuclear missiles upon this place, man. All right? Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen, thou art greatly despised. And who out of all the chief house of Edom that these nations greatly despise? The nation of Amalek, these so-called small hats, the one that's in our land today, calling themselves the children of God, which are false. That's a false accusation, man. And it's a damn lie. The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, whose habitations is high, and saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? That's the pride of Esau. All right? And dwellers in the clefts of the rocks, man, back all the way back to Mount Seir. But that's is their homeland. That's their dwelling place, man. That's where they came from. That's where you get the term Caucasian, man. Cave dwellers. So they dwelt in the caves, man. Okay? They wasn't civilized. You can go there in the book of Job, the 30th chapter, how they acted and how they carried themselves in like manner, man. They were not a civilized people. All right? We civilized them. Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. All right. Verse 6, how are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up? Because we are in the times of Esau exposure. All right. We are in that time, man, of the true identity of Esau Edom. All right. Okay. All thy men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him. And that's why ultimately these heathen nations is going to destroy Esau Edom, man. Because the one that was once in cahoots and confederacy with Babylon the great whore that sitteth upon many waters, mainly NATO and the EU, because they're going to turn on America, according to prophecy. All the confederacy of these nations are going to turn upon America, man, upon the nation of Edom, as it's saying in this book. I'm going to go down to 15. For the day of the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, is near upon all the heathen. As thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall return upon thy own head. Thy reward shall return upon thy own head. The heathens, man, payback, slavery is going to happen to everyone that had the so-called Negroes, Latino, Native American, Seminole, Indian descent in captivity, man. All right? Those are the ones, those heathen nations are going to be in captivity. Okay? Rightfully so. For as ye have drunk upon my holy mountain, so shall all the heathen drink continually. Yea, they shall drink, and they shall swallow down, and they shall be as though they had not been. But upon Mount Zion shall be, which is the nation of Israel, shall be deliverance, and there shall be holiness, and the house of Jacob shall possess their possessions. That means, hey, man, we're going to be ruling in the kingdom of heaven, having slaves, man, whether people believe it or not. That's why the kingdom of heaven is really for the nation of Israel. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native American, Seminole, Indian descent, so-called Haitians and Jamaicans. All right? That's who the kingdom of heaven is for, man. And the rest of the heathen nations are going to be servants and slaves unto the nation, unto us. And the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau for stubble, and they shall kindle in them and devour them, and there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for saith the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai has spoken it. And that does not mean, matter of fact, that means it's a people, man. That's talking about the nation. Because you got people that say that that's talking about the land of Edom. First of all, the land of Edom, which goes back all the way to Mount Seir, we're going to possess that land anyway, because that's south of the land of Israel. we're going to inherit the whole earth when the kingdom of heaven comes. So not only that we already know we're going to inherit the land of so-called Edom, as you know, well, so you know, inherit the so-called land of Esau Edom, as the other groups say, we're also going to inherit the people. And that's rightfully so. And it says in that scripture, in that passage, and other scriptures too, say that we're going to have servants, handmaids, continuous service, man, by these other heathen nations. All right? And with that, I want to close out by saying, Ka'Allah Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shad, by Shem Kadash. Double honor to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone that taught us this truth. Salutations to the hopeful elect, the 144,000 and the 1/3, the remnant. And until next time, I say shalom, shalom, peace, love, and blessings, man. Hey, Esau Edom will be destroyed. All right, the so-called white race. All right, according to your father's lineage, because I do understand, or people have to understand, you have Israelites that looks like and acts like and practice the custom of the heathens. All right, but in due time, the Lord is going to separate all that in the times of Judgment Day, man. All right, in the kingdom of heaven. Till next time, I say shalom, peace, love, and blessings.